Remember when a Big Mac meal cost less than $3? Today, you might shell out $18 for the same combo. McDonald's CEO dropped a bombshell. Even their most loyal customers, those earning under $45,000 a year, are staying away. What's causing this seismic shift in fast food economics? This isn't just about burgers and fries, it's a stark indicator of our economic health. When the golden arches start to dim, we need to pay attention. The jump from $3 to $18 isn't just inflation, it's a fundamental change in how we view and consume fast food. Welcome to EconoFin. We'll get you up to date on what is going on in the economy. If you have an update to share with the group, please use the word update somewhere in your comment, and that will help get it to the right place. And please make sure you give us a geographical location if that's relevant. So what's really going on here? How did we go from cheap eats to luxury dining under the same roof? And more importantly, what does this mean for you, your wallet, and the future of fast food? Stick around as we unpack this supersized problem and its far-reaching consequences. The consequences are indeed far-reaching, and they might hit closer to home than you think. What if I told you that eating out now costs more than it has in 3 decades? The numbers are staggering, and they reveal a troubling trend that goes far beyond just burgers and fries. Let's break it down. Over the past 2 decades, the price of a Big Mac has skyrocketed by a whopping 280%. That's not just inflation, it's a seismic shift in the fast food landscape. Remember when you could grab a quick meal without breaking the bank? Those days are long gone. Take Southwest Connecticut, for example. In some locations there, a Big Mac meal will set you back $18. That's right, $18 for a burger, fries, and a drink. It's not just McDonald's, though. This price hike is happening across the board, turning what was once a cheap meal option into something that feels more like casual dining. But here's where it gets really concerning. Americans are now spending over 11% of their disposable income on food. That's the highest level in 30 years. Think about that for a moment. More than a tenth of the money you have left after paying bills and taxes is going towards keeping yourself fed. And for many, a significant portion of that is being spent on meals outside the home. This shift is hitting low-income consumers particularly hard. Those earning less than $45,000 a year, once the core customer base for fast food chains, are now finding themselves priced out of their once affordable meal options. Imagine working a full day, maybe even 2 jobs, and still not being able to afford a quick meal at McDonald's on your way home. It's a stark reality for many Americans. The impact of these price increases goes beyond just individual meals. It's changing how we think about food, budgeting, and even social interactions. Remember when grabbing a burger with friends was a casual, low-cost hangout? Now it's becoming an expense that needs to be planned and budgeted for. But here's the kicker. This isn't just a McDonald's problem. It's part of a larger trend affecting the entire fast food industry. From Burger King to Wendy's, from Taco Bell to KFC, prices are climbing across the board. The days of the dollar menu are fading into memory, replaced by value meals that often cost upwards of $10. This trend is forcing many to rethink their eating habits. Home cooking is making a comeback, not just as a healthier option, but as a necessary cost-saving measure. Meal prepping, once the domain of fitness enthusiasts, is becoming a common practice for budget-conscious consumers. The ripple effects of this shift are significant. Local grocers are seeing increased foot traffic as people opt to cook at home more often. Meal kit delivery services are booming, offering a middle ground between home cooking and eating out. Even dollar stores are expanding their food sections to cater to those looking for more affordable options. But what does this mean for the future of fast food? Will we see a return to more affordable options, or is this the new normal? Some chains are experimenting with smaller portion sizes to keep prices down, while others are doubling down on premium options, hoping to attract customers who are willing to pay more for perceived quality. Fast food prices are skyrocketing, yet McDonald's stock keeps climbing. How is this possible when their core customers are disappearing? The truth lies in a business strategy that's been simmering under the surface for decades, and it's not about the food at all. You might think McDonald's success is all about burgers and fries, but there's a secret ingredient in their recipe for profit. It's a game changer that's been hiding in plain sight, and it's time we unwrapped it. Let's talk numbers for a moment. Did you know that a whopping 93% of McDonald's 40,000 restaurants aren't actually owned by the company? That's right, they're franchised. But here's where it gets interesting. McDonald's isn't just collecting loose change from these franchises. They're raking in serious dough through royalties and rent. Picture this. You're a McDonald's franchisee. Your restaurant is bustling, pulling in about $3.2 million in annual sales. Sounds great, right? But hold on to your French fries, because after paying fees and expenses, you're left with a profit of just $290,000. That's less than 10% of your total sales. Meanwhile, McDonald's corporate is sitting pretty, collecting steady income regardless of how many Big Macs you sell. But wait, there's more. McDonald's has another ace up its sleeve. For about 45% of its franchise locations, the company owns the land. Yeah, you heard right. They're not just a fast food chain, they're a real estate empire. While franchisees struggle with rising costs and dwindling customers, McDonald's is collecting rent checks. So what does this mean for you, the customer? Well, it explains why those dollar menu items have become a thing of the past. Franchisees are feeling the squeeze from all sides: rising food costs, increasing wages, and hefty fees to the corporate overlords. They're passing those costs onto you, the customer, just to stay afloat. But here's the kicker. Even as prices rise and customer traffic decreases, McDonald's corporate remains largely unaffected. Their diverse revenue streams from royalties, rent, and real estate act as a buffer against the economic storms that are sinking other businesses. This business model allows McDonald's to weather economic downturns with remarkable resilience. While mom-and-pop diners and even other fast food chains struggle to keep their doors open, McDonald's keeps chugging along. It's a stark reminder that in the world of big business, the game is often played on a different field than we might expect. But what about the future? As prices continue to climb and more customers find themselves priced out of even fast food, will this model hold? Or will McDonald's need to rethink its strategy to keep both franchisees and customers happy? Consider this: if franchisees can't make ends meet, they might start closing up shop. And if enough locations shut down, even McDonald's impressive real estate portfolio could take a hit. It's a delicate balance, and one that McDonald's will need to manage carefully in the coming years. So the next time you drive past those golden arches, remember, you're not just looking at a fast food joint. You're seeing a sophisticated business machine, one that's been carefully crafted to thrive even when times get tough. It's a sobering reminder of how the pursuit of profit can reshape an entire industry, and our dining habits along with it. While McDonald's corporate might be thriving, the fast food landscape is shifting beneath our feet. Have you noticed your local Pizza Hut feeling a bit emptier lately? There's a reason for that, and it's not just about the pizza. A wave of changes is sweeping through the industry, threatening to upend everything from prices to employment. And it all starts with a number: $20. That's right, $20. It's not the price of a new menu item, but the new minimum wage for fast food workers in California. This groundbreaking law is set to shake up the entire industry, and its effects will be felt far beyond the Golden State. Let's break it down. California's new law mandates a $20 minimum wage specifically for fast food workers. That's a whopping $4 more than the general state minimum wage of $16. On the surface, this might seem like a win for workers, but the reality is far more complex. Imagine you're a small business owner running a local burger joint. Suddenly, your labor costs have skyrocketed. You're faced with a tough choice: raise prices and risk losing customers, or cut staff and struggle to maintain service quality. It's a lose-lose situation that's playing out across the state. But it's not just about wages. The fast food industry is grappling with a perfect storm of challenges. Remember when beef prices spiked during the pandemic? Well, they've nearly doubled since then, and they're not coming down anytime soon. Add in rising costs for everything from buns to cooking oil, and you've got a recipe for financial disaster. The impact of these changes is already being felt. Small businesses, including many fast food franchises, are struggling to stay afloat. In fact, 30% more small businesses are reporting lower earnings than increased earnings in recent months. It's a trend that's sending shockwaves through the industry. Think about your favorite local eateries: the family-owned pizza place down the street, the taco truck that's been a neighborhood staple for years. These are the businesses most at risk. Unlike McDonald's with its real estate empire, these small operations don't have a cushion to fall back on. We're potentially looking at a wave of small business bankruptcies and layoffs in the fast food industry. It's a bitter irony. A law intended to help workers could end up costing many their jobs. And for those who keep their positions, they might find themselves working harder than ever to compensate for reduced staff. But here's where it gets really interesting. While local franchises and small businesses are feeling the squeeze, McDonald's corporate continues to thrive. Remember that real estate game we talked about earlier? It's acting as a buffer, protecting the company from the worst of these economic headwinds. So what does this mean for you, the consumer? Well, get ready for some sticker shock. Those value meals you've come to rely on, they're about to become a lot less valuable. Prices are likely to rise across the board as businesses struggle to absorb increased costs. And it's not just about the money in your wallet. The entire fast food landscape is changing. We might see a shift towards more automated services with kiosks replacing cashiers and robots flipping burgers. The quick, cheap meal that's been a staple of American life for generations could become a thing of the past. But before we write off the entire industry, it's worth remembering that change often brings opportunity. Some businesses will adapt and thrive in this new environment. We might see a rise in higher quality fast food options, catering to customers willing to pay a bit more for better ingredients and service. As we wrap up, let's consider the key takeaways from this fast food revolution. Prices are soaring. Longtime customers are disappearing, and the entire landscape is shifting beneath our feet. It's not just about burgers anymore. It's a reflection of our changing economy. So what does this mean for you? It's time to take a hard look at your spending habits. Are those drive-through runs still worth it? Maybe it's time to dust off the old cookbook or explore new budget-friendly options. Remember, every dollar counts in this new economic reality. As fast food becomes less fast and certainly less cheap, how will you adjust your budget and eating habits? The answer might just reshape your financial future. Think about it. Your next meal choice could be more than just a quick bite. It could be a step towards a smarter, more sustainable way of living. Thanks for watching, and please make sure you subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and watch this one as well.